Now is Jennifer LeClair with the Boys and Girls Clubs of Topeka. How are you doing today?
Doing good. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, it is so great to have you on. So I just want to ask first, what has been going on with it's the second year of the Youth of the Year. Goodness gracious, getting them confused there. Youth of the Year concert that's going on. Tell me what we can look forward to come December time.
So, yeah, Youth of the Year is a national program with Boys and Girls Clubs of America, and every club kind of identifies one of their standout youth, usually a teen, that really shares their story, and they compete at local, state, and regional and national competitions. They try to compete for scholarship dollars, but it's really a leadership program. And a couple of years ago, we started thinking, here we are choosing the youth that's going to participate. Wouldn't it be more fun if we had an event for like 3 finalists and let the audience help us choose? And so last year we had our first kind of local Youth of the Year event. It was a concert at the Jayhawk Theater, and 3 of our final candidates gave their speeches, and our audience got to help choose. So it was super fun, and then they go on to compete in the state competition in the spring. So
oh, wonderful. Okay, yes. That's really cool. And so we can't say anything,
Yes.
yet.
I have to be a little coy about who our artist is, but I can share that the date is Tuesday, December 5th, and you should save that date because you're going to want to be there for it.
Okay,
yes.
Wonderful. All right, we will definitely mark that in our calendars. And I want to continue on with the volleyball, or not volleyball, what am I saying? Kickball.
Yes.
Gosh, all the sports. The the campaign that you guys had recently, it's going to be coming up again in April. Yes. We actually have some videos from that event really quickly. I want to go ahead and hear a little bit more about that if you wouldn't mind telling me today.
Yes. So our Club Blue is a kind of a junior leadership organization. They act as kind of a young professionals group that it's an extension of our board of directors. One of the things that they wanted to do when we first started a few years ago was start a fundraising event. Beautiful. And they were like, how fun would a kickball tournament be? And I was thinking they must have their finger on the pulse of what is hot, because now kickball is everywhere.
Yeah.
And so this is actually going to be our 3rd annual kickball tournament coming up this spring in April. And we're looking forward to growing it. What we've heard from teams is that they want to see double elimination, they want more bells and whistles, and we're here to deliver. So we're gonna make sure that this tournament's bigger and better than ever.
So they want to make sure that it's even more so intense than it was this past year, which I heard this past year it was pretty intense.
It was a cold, rainy day this past year, but the year before that was sunny and beautiful. So it's like April's a little bit of a gamble with Kansas, but we have fun either way. It's going to be a good time.
Wonderful. So how can people, when usually do you guys start kind of creating teams? How can people start getting ready to sign up and things?
Now is a good time to start talking to colleagues, friends, neighbors, and figuring out who wants to play, because those signups are going to open here before the end of the year, and the spots go really fast. I think that word of mouth has gotten around, and last year we ended up with a bit of a waiting list because teams didn't sign up soon enough. So as soon as we have that out there, it'll be on bgctopeka.org, and you'll be able to get your team signed up ASAP.
Yeah, I was one of the people that was quite sad to find out that we could not participate.
Yes.
27 News is definitely going to have to get a team together, because I heard some amazing stories. Of course, they probably saw our Mackenzie Davis was in those pictures as well. So just a wonderful time that you guys do there. So and it's been a really tough past couple weeks here in Topeka, and you and I were speaking about it kind of before the interview. You guys do such wonderful things at Boys and Girls Clubs to support your kids emotionally with this troubling time that we're going through here in our community. Do you mind kind of detailing some of the programs, some of the abilities that you guys have to help out with those things?
Sure. We're really lucky to have on staff a full-time master's level social worker, and what she has done over the course of the past several weeks is really make sure that we're checking in with ourselves and making sure that we're okay, because in order to show up for our kids, we've got to make sure that our emotions are okay and that we're just really pulse checking each other. And then we have such great staff. They show up in a way that our kids need them to, whether they're navigating, if kids show up and they're navigating anger or sadness or fear, we've got social emotional support at every level from kindergarten all the way through high school. And at times like these, kids sometimes just need somebody to talk to, and our staff is such a great support system for that.
Yeah, and I can vouch. I mean, you always show up, Jennifer, so I can imagine how wonderful your staff is.
They're amazing.
With supporting and being there for those children. So we just appreciate you being here today.
Well, thank you.
To speak about things, and hopefully I can get on a kickball team.
Yes, I'm going to count on that. I'm going to send you the link ASAP.
All right, thanks so much, Jennifer, for coming on today.
Yes.
Gabby.